Hello, everyone. Fort Ticonderoga started their season on May 4th, so I took a drive up there and got some photographs of what was going on, the events, and it's a living history type of event, even when they don't have major events going on. What that means is they will do and show things done the way they would have been done in the times with the tools that would have been used at the time. And that includes making skids to haul cannon around, as well as making meals, making candles, doing laundry, all the things that would have needed to be done at the time. Now, remember, at that time, families may travel with the soldiers. So it's not the soldiers doing the non-soldier or the non-military things. It's usually family members taking care of the cooking, taking care of the laundry, while the soldiers are out on patrol. And you think about a fort, and you may think of how many people were at the fort, and sometimes there weren't many people there to man the fort and keep things safe. In addition, you may be thinking of a modern fort situation with everybody inside the walls, like a castle. But even the old medieval castles had people living outside. Same thing here. The walls of the fort would not have been able to accommodate a large garrison. A small garrison, sure. So when they were down to their dozen or so people manning the fort, they could stay inside the fort. But anything beyond that, they'd have to have outbuildings that they would be living in. And that's also something that they have at the fort. I say all this because it's a great opportunity when you have a living museum like this to go and get pictures of things that you wouldn't normally see, but more importantly, because it's a public event, everybody there expects to be photographed. Right? Now, why is that important? Go to any stock photography site, and I'm not suggesting you take these and put them up on stock sites, but if you go to a stock site, one of the big things that people want are images on the street, right? They want people walking, they want busy streets, things like that. However, you do not have a right to use those photographs unless you've gotten a release for a commercial thing. Now, you're going to see some photographers out there that post it anyway. You see the same thing with drone photographers, where they do things that are not legal and for things that they would lose either their license or be hit with huge fines because of what they do. Don't be one of those people. If you're going to be taking street photographs and use them in a commercial fashion, you have to have releases. And if you go to the stock sites, they're going to ask if you have releases for those sites. Don't lie. Make sure you've got a release set up. And the reason I led with the events at the fort is it's a way for you to practice getting photographs that are expected. All right? You're not walking down Main Street taking pictures of people. People don't expect you to be taking pictures. They don't expect there to be a camera photographing everything that they do. If you're going to do that, and that's something you want to do as a hobby or as a money-making thing even, if you're going to be using it commercially in any way, you need to make sure that you have a release. Now, releases can be pretty simple. Basically allowing you to use the photograph. They've given you permission. And that's basically what it is. If you think of back in school, if you're going on a field trip, they would send home a permission slip to your parents. They're going to take their child X place for X amount of time. Same type of concept here. Why do you want to use the photograph? How long do you want to use that photograph? And I add another piece into my releases, and that is I will not use that photograph or any part of that image as it concerns the subject of the photograph anywhere else in generative AI. So I won't be extracting their face and using it someplace. I may like the background that's there, and I may want to use the background someplace else, but I will not be using their likeness anywhere else. I won't be making AI's images out of any part of them. And I think that's very important to make sure that you have in a release, that everybody knows exactly why the photograph is being taken, what it will be used for. Now, if you're going to sell it, you're going to lose possibly some control over what happens to that photograph after it's out in the public domain. All right? Because somebody may grab that photograph and use it anyway, just because it happens to be in an ad or someplace that they can grab that image. One of the unfortunate things with our digital world is that it's very hard to lock things down so that other people can't get them. But you're only responsible for what you intend to use the photograph for. And if you're going to use it for stock photography, right, you're going to sell it to some stock site, you can put that down there as well. I put down that I'm going to use it in my own portfolio, which is kind of broad, but that's my portfolio. It's not, I'm going to sell it to other places. All right. And if you want to make sure that they know that you're not going to do that, be upfront, put it in there, but make your release simple. Don't use a lot of legal terms in there. You're going to be talking to people on the street. Just make it very simple, very plain English, and have a way to handle it then and there. All right. If that means you're carrying around a clipboard with a pen in it, and it has a storage place in it so you can keep all these different paper forms, do that. There are ways of doing it. There's some release programs that you can get and put on a tablet. So all you have to carry around with you is a tablet. You can take a picture of their face to attach it to the release itself. Make up your own release document, put it in there, pop their face in there, put their name in there, get their email address, have them sign it, and then either then and there, if your tablet has a cellular connection and you can send it out, or wait till you get home and put it on your Wi-Fi, send out those releases to the people. So it takes a copy, an image of what they did, and sends it to them, usually in a PDF format. That way, they have a copy of that release as well. And you're not sitting there saying, okay, well, I've got a clipboard, I've got a piece of paper here, please sign this piece of paper right now. Here's your copy. Sign this copy for me. Here's my copy. It saves you a lot of hassle if you can do it electronically. Assuming you're getting it done then and there, and you should. If you're taking pictures of people on the street, make sure you've got them, but bear in mind that you need to get everybody. If you don't, you're going to have to modify your photograph to take people out. And when people are looking for street photographs, they're probably looking for a large group of people. Now, the alternative is that you could get a large group of people to sign off that you're going to do this and have them walk the street and you take pictures of them. So you've already planned it out, it's not as spontaneous or as real as if you were just taking pictures on the street, but it can give you something that you can use, especially if it's going to be used for something like advertising. They want to show that the street is very popular, or that there's people in the store that are shopping, and you want to get that cluster of people together. You might want to hire some people to bring them in there and have it sign off. Now, do you have to pay people when you're doing the release? No, you don't. But I would recommend that there be some kind of stipulation as to what they're getting. So if you're taking pictures of people on the street and they want a copy of it, give them a digital copy of it. All right, you've got it there. You've got their information from the release. You get an email from them and just send them a copy after you've got it, after it's out of post. But that's what I got for you guys this week. Releases are very important. We're working in areas where everybody expects to be photographed, and therefore the release is explicit. So talk to you guys all next week.